Hi, Radiant Soul Light. Wonderful to connect with you. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Michelle. So I've been wanting to do this reading actually for the last couple of days. It will be timeless, and it's also time-stamped if you would like to skip ahead. This reading is going to be looking at the energies that have been bringing a lot of inner material from the subconscious and the mainstream or race consciousness up to the forefront. So I'm really accessing information and energies right now for emotional support, and also to look at the idea of spiritual warfare. What is that? And also facing the void and embracing the void. So a lot of people have been talking about spiritual warfare. What is that? Some of you have asked, is there a spell on me? What's going on? Am I hexed? Has someone cursed me? So we're going to be looking a bit at that in the reading. And this really is a cry out from the universal heart that is being affected, that's affecting our own heart chakra and our own mental and emotional bodies. So there is a lot that is coming up for many, many people, myself included, that is very deep, very emotional. That is also perhaps causing you to question, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Why is this going on for so long? Whatever it is in your life that seems to be a challenge, a difficulty, or a trauma. Now, one of the things we have to remember is that we are coming from that principle of oneness, and I'm going to dive deeper into that and address some of the questions that I've been asked, either on my podcast, Awakenings with Michele Meiche, or in my workshops or emails. I'm going to funnel this interview into those inquiries because there is meaning and purpose in everything that happens in the universe. Everything, there is meaning and purpose. So if you're leaving me here and connecting in to the readings, I'll just do a pause here. And this is going to be soul story number 1, which is this box. So you might be drawn to the card, you might be drawn to the box, you might be drawn to both of them. This is soul story number 2. And this is the top of soul story number 2. It's got a zipper compartment. And I don't know everything that's in here, and this is soul story number 3. Okay. And so in many ways, this is a box of surprises. This is perhaps for some of you the heads up about the miracle that's coming your way, or maybe something that's on your mind. I am gearing this reading towards support, soul support, emotional support, connecting in with messages and insights, whether from your higher self, your future self, guides, the all that is, spirit, God. I'm just opening the channel to see what comes through in each soul story and in the overall. I did get messages this morning from my guides that prompted me to do this reading, which I will go deeper into. And also looking at the idea of what is this void? What is this deep yearning and perhaps for some deep loneliness or profound sadness that's coming up? Now, some of you, depending, again, this is a timeless reading, so this is an important part of the awakening process. It's part of the next level of ascension and soul alignment. And it's also a part of letting go of the grip of the old matrix or old paradigm that was based on separation, okay? And so many of you may feel like this is a psychic attack or spiritual warfare or spiritual attack. We do have to remember, now just be open to this, that in the understanding of oneness, in that concept, that means everything and everyone is interconnected. Everything is an aspect of us, and we hold an aspect or part of everything and everyone. And metaphysically, we say that out of the one comes the many, or from the one comes the many, and through the many is the one. So that source, the innate infinite intelligence of the all that is, God, whatever that originating point that expresses and extends out into itself through life and life forms, through us. So it's a time to really look at ourselves and see, how do we have some of these beliefs, or are we acting out the opposite polarity to it? Now, remember, when we incarnated, I mean, these patterns, this cycle, this programming, these conditioned response patterns that we're disrupting have been happening for thousands of years. These are not new patterns. You can even look through written history and see it. It doesn't matter what book you go from, whether the Bible, Quran, Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't matter, wherever you look in history, and even just regular history books, this pattern has been playing out. So it's very, very ingrained. There's not only a mental, emotional, but a cellular and energetic holographic matrix to it. So we're not just playing these patterns out in ways of expressing and experiencing on this dimension, but other dimensions that are close to the earth plane and astral plane. So we're playing this out on many different levels. You can even see that. Many of you, maybe you have this pattern at home or from family you grew up, and then you find you have it at work, and it's like, oh, I can't get away from this pattern. This great awakening, this soul awakening to the soul, which we've not done in history before, brings us out of that pattern of separation into the understanding of separating out or individuating out. But it's not easy to do because the way that the system was set up. So it's very, very challenging. And those of you that, if you're watching, I'm doing this in between the lunar eclipse that was in Taurus and the solar eclipse that will be in Sagittarius, new moon. So we had full moon, new moon, and lunar eclipses bring up emotions. They heighten the emotionality. What is deep within? That's why I chose boxes. What is deep within? What are you really operating off of? So you could say this spiritual or psychic attack is from the other dimensional aspects of the all that is, and are unprocessed or unfiltered, and I mean like purified, like filtering water, emotions, beliefs, mental constructs. So we're really cleansing and clearing deep within ourselves subconsciously, but also through the etheric into the astral plane. The astral plane is where it's a direct correspondent to the earth plane through the etheric. It holds a vibrational frequency. So even if something is in the Akashic, the soul level, or in the spirit realm, the closer that you get to the undifferentiated energy of the all that is, source energy, if you want to look at it that way, there's less and less of a design or matrix. As we get more into denser physical form, there has to be a design or matrix to have something created, whether it's DNA, RNA, cellular structure, skeletal system. Those are all systems or matrix or designs that hold things in place. And so the cleansing and clearing that has to happen is a lot deeper on this astral realm, which means a lot of the shadow, the unprocessed, unknown information and feeling and emotional energy and motion aspects of us, and pictures and images that get distorted about ourselves, that we have not gone there yet, because the resonant fields upon the planet haven't been able to hold that. Maybe we've touched upon it. So I want to talk a little bit about the void here. And many of you, especially if you've meditated a lot or done, deep processing work or inner plane work, we've come in touch with that void, the darkness, the potential, the negrida, the blackness, right? Now, it's such shadow material, and I'm going to share something with you because I've had a lot of connections with the void and making peace with the void and going into the void, even in a lot of the inner plane work that I do, the alchemical hypnotherapy that I do. We do a lot of void work, and we do a lot within the womb, the cosmic womb, the Earth's, Mother Earth's womb, the cosmic void, as well as when I'm doing regression, whether past life or this lifetime regression, connecting into if there's been trauma in the womb. Like, in other words, if there's been trauma in the household, or even in the society or the city, or something like wars or anything like that, or wars within a house or household, a lot of fighting, that affects what's going on in the womb. So that affects. And I'm not going to get into it, but I have a lot of credible stories and feedback of people when I've done regression work with them in hypnotherapy, that they've gotten back to womb experiences. One, a really great client of mine and dear friend now, was her mother tried to abort her and it didn't work. And that came up in the hypnotherapy. And she asked her mother, and her mother was honest about it and said, yes, I did try and it didn't work. So I have all kinds of stories like that. Other people that have recalled what the doctor was eating, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich while giving birth, or what the father or mother said or partner said, or whatever was going on. So we do retain this memory. This is why I share this with you. Not only this lifetime, this birth experience, but the experience of incarnating or coming into this earth. And a lot of that is coming up. You can call it existential fear. It's just a fear of the unknown or the void of nothingness. But that void is us. It is the potential. Now the void, the cosmic, is the Divine Mother. And you can see, especially in the Western world, we have been taught to fear the void, to fear the blackness. Like, black is good. Is not good. Black isn't good. White is good. Even we say that's negative, but the negative charge of things in life is the magnetic, is the divine feminine, is the mother. That's why we need to start getting out of saying things out of a polarity, like that's good, that's bad, or that's negative and that's positive. Because the truth is, negative and positive are charges from the same source, but just transmitting and reacting differently to fit together. So that's another way of separating us from our power or empowerment, is to separate out and give a different name, not just even separate out, but to separate the positive and negative charge and to cause misinformation around it. There's a lot of information around this. I'll do another video on this. I don't want to do it here, but if you look through history, whether it was Mary Magdalene, or the feminine or the female-bodied saints and prophets, didn't get much interest, validation. A lot of them were killed, and then they were later given sainthood. A lot of them had visions. So this isn't about gender. It's not about male, but it's also, we look at it, the lunar. We're actually lunar beings. And in ancient times, the moon cycle, because we know how much the moon cycle affects us, was greatly validated and brought in more into everyday living and conscious awareness. And then the sun, which is the masculine presence, took over. Now, again, this isn't about matriarchy or patriarchy. It's not about gender. It's not anything about that. But it's showing that when we go too far into the male principle, when there's an imbalance, it creates a lot of separation. Because one of the gifts of the divine masculine, of the masculine aspect of our being, the yang, is separating out, is boundaries, is I'm going to get into that frontier, I'm going to explore, I'm going to express. It is the I am through physical being, where you would look more at the divine feminine as we are. We are. We are, but we also are I am. So when we start to say I am, we're connecting into our form, our function here, what we're doing here, and how we're going to express and experience this life, this dimension. The yearning to merge, to connect, is the divine feminine, but we need both, because on this dimension, this earth plane, it is about merging, it is about the oneness, but it is also extending out with our own joy to understand and get to know ourselves as an individuated or individual soul being, soul expression of God, or the all that is. So in a way, that spiritual warfare is a war within ourselves and within the collective, within these two main parts. There are many parts of us. So we need to reframe that term, those word warfare, that we're not at war. Maybe we're in a spiritual embracing or a spiritual understanding that these two aspects of spirit, that is the foundation of creation, is reformatting and is getting to know itself in a different way. It's really important right now to ascend, to move out of the extremes of the polarity, extreme positions. Even if you have to distance from someone, let's say some of you are saying, well, I'm in a toxic relationship, or I just left this situation, or this job was toxic, or this person, is very toxic, or yes, you need to do what you need to do in the 3D realm, in the earth plane. And really what we're doing is anchoring the higher vibrational energies, or more extended, expanded aspects of consciousness, 5D and above. We're anchoring it in the new earth, the new paradigm. That's the ascension, is really extending or sending upward and outward beyond the extremes of the polarity. But in your mind, you have the understanding that this too is an aspect of me. One of my metaphysical teachers years ago, when I encountered like a lot drama or trauma with an individual, and I just couldn't understand it, and she would say, well, they're playing out that part that you don't have to. They're playing out that part of that polarity. So we have to ask ourselves, what part are we playing out? So the charge is going to come up, the emotional charge, the depression, the despondency, the anger, the angst, the worry is going to come up to process it, because we're holding the opposite polarity. We're holding the complementary polarity. And we will hold it to a degree, but we need to be less rigid with it. So I had something the other day, I want to talk about this void. And like I said, I've done a lot of void work. I work with the void. I teach about it. I have, I believe, some processes on this channel, in some of the other playlists about workshops that I've done. And I noticed right around the eclipse, I started having this almost like deep hunger. Like I could just feel like I was in this like bottomless pit. And I'm thinking, well, am I hungry? And I'm not. But I am. And I'm thinking, and rationally, because some of the days I hadn't eaten very much, I'd been eating just more lightly. And I do that. I'm more like a little picker, of foods. And I'd been out of town. And so, how I normally eat was a little bit different. But so I thought one day I had eaten, I don't know, I had lunch or brunch, I think around 11:30, maybe 12. But I felt fairly fulfilled, satiated. And then it was about 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, and I felt ravenous. And I thought, oh my God, you haven't eaten enough, Michele. You really need to eat. But I'd had some tea, and I said, okay. So I fixed myself something to eat, and it still wasn't resonating. I'm like, am I really hungry? What is this? So I went in, for some reason, I just automatically went in my meditation room, and I just went within, and then I felt this void. It just overcame me. It's just, and I thought, oh, this is not hunger. This is not needing something or some, what is it? This is like, it was like engulfing me. It was like this big egg, big circle, and I could feel this energy. And then all of a sudden I got this image years ago, and in my late teens, I had just gotten back from Mexico with my then boyfriend, and we'd broken up, or we were breaking up. We were staying friends, but I was in college. I was going and focusing on that, and I remember coming home at night, and I don't know, 10 or 11 or something, and 10 o'clock, and one of my brothers was there, and I don't know, something had gone on with him also in regards to, I think, someone he was dating or relationship. And we didn't really talk much about this. I do with one of my other brothers, would get more in depth. And I remember him pouring some cereal, and we just sat there and ate. And we talked a little bit about what was going on, but very minimally. And it just subsided. Now, I was taken to that because I did have that feeling. I have not had this connection to this part of the void, this depth of the void. Now, mind you, when in my meditation, when I felt it come up, and I just said, I'm going to be with you. I don't know what you're about, and all this is coming up. What is your message for me? Let me just be present to this. Which is very interesting, because after I did this, I wasn't hungry at all, because I realized it wasn't for something outside me. It wasn't necessarily sustenance. And yes, I could have said, well, yeah, you didn't eat that much today, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I eat more, or I have, and sometimes less. It just depends if I'm not really hungry, if my body is really hungry, or I'll have a smoothie or something. And I knew, okay, you could have some fruit or a smoothie or do something if you don't want to eat something too heavy, before going to sleep. So I recalled all the times I've connected into the void in deep meditation and healing work and inner plane work. When I was in India, and meditation processes to connect you to the void. And then I realized that this depth has always been filled or fulfilled with doing, or relationship, or planning for something, or people, or there was all these other things. So there was this almost like hovering over it and getting into it, but kind of hovering back over. This was plunging me deeper, 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 deeper into the void, deeper into that space of in between. And I've just been being with it. I've been facing it and embracing it and moving into it. And it's bringing up a lot. And there's a lot there. But that void is spirit, is God, is the all that is. That void is us. It is the cosmic mother, the divine mother. Now, I've also studied Jungian psychology and spiritual healing. And so some of you that know this, and you can research this, there is a part of the mother that does consume. We can think of Kali Yuga. We're in the Kali Yuga, we're moving through it. The destroyer, or in certain relationships where that mother or feminine, the divine, because it is that void and that's what people fear, that complete merging. I was literally in the void. Let me just tell you, the void was all around me, and I'm inside looking up, and I'm just feeling myself like an elevator going deeper, deeper, deeper into it. And thank God I stopped though and connected in with it, because it really was such a beautiful experience afterwards. That I felt so much love and so much more expansion. Now, in esoteric principles, we are taught as spiritualists that in order to ascend, we have to, what we might term, descend more into matter. Matter meaning mother. Mother comes from the word matter, to get into matter. In fact, matter, right? So there is going to be this process, and many of you might be feeling it. Please let me know in the comments where you are feeling that you're descending, or that there's so much going on. There's so much overwhelm. There's so much interconnectedness. You're feeling so much love, so much compassion, so much emotion. You're being emotional. You're feeling emotional. Maybe you're crying a lot. I've been crying a lot, clearing a lot. I saw something on TV, and I was just really just crying. One of the shows I watch, or movie, Mr. Pig on Netflix, something I wouldn't normally watch, but I mean, I just was crying. And just, again, this is connecting into the cosmic aspect of us. Yes, it's about our personal experience, our generational experience, the experience of our ancestors coming through us. But we have to be like midwives and doulas, midwifery. We have to support ourselves in this birth process. We are in a deeper part of the birth canal. I know a lot of people thought, we're coming up and out of this. Well, we are, but the more we come up and out, the more, what I've been hearing from my guides, is we're going to be plunged in deeper, to feel more, to have less filtering. It's the whole idea to have less censoring and filtering of all feelings. So this will bring more heightened awareness, heightened connection to your spiritual essence, heightened connection and attunement to your heart and your soul, heightened psychic abilities, opening to channel. So it's the more that the various veils that have already thinned, there's others that are thinning. We're just going to be more in touch with the totality of everything and everyone. And that totality that is always becoming, that is always in, consciousness of becoming, is the void, is the potential, is the opening, is the opportunity. And it's deep. It's like a tunnel that just gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. There is no end to it. So cosmologically, we've all been taught to kind of focus on the solar, the extending upward and outward, similar to the angelic, and all those are important aspects. But the truth is, the as above is so below, as within is without. It's 360 degrees and even more. That's the Merkaba, right? It's 360 times 360 times 360 times 360, right? It's infinite. It's an infinite spiral. So whether you're feeling on the bottom, you may actually be on the top. You're feeling on the top, you're on the bottom. So it's in a way changing our perception and perspective to the time-space connection to us, even to the idea of gravity. Many people have been telling me they've been feeling more spaced out or out of their body. Or many people have been telling me they've been going through a lot emotionally, but also in the body, physical ailments, and really, again, feeling things. So in a way, this is why the body is so important right now, is this part of the ascension aspect of the awakening and the soul awakening. The soul's awake. It's us awakening to our soul on all levels, in all areas. This grand design and plan that as we connect more to that, we're actually diving deeper. We're digging deeper. We're going deeper. And you could also say the deeper the roots, the more the tree is stable and the more the tree can branch out. The deeper the roots, the stronger the roots, the potential for the tree to go higher and higher and higher, right? Taller and taller and taller. So we're having a lot of changes in our frame of reference, and it can be disorientating. It can be very, very triggering. It can bring up past traumas. And those traumas may or may not be consciously known. They're deep within the subconscious. They're also not just your trauma that you're funneling through, but also the collective, the various collectives. So I hope this reading brings some insight and understanding and some support, because I'm right there walking by you on this soul path. Let's get to the readings. Soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. Hi Hi, soul story number 1. Here's your reading. So very interesting. This little jewelry box actually has a picture of Buddha on a lotus, but it's actually done in sand. It's a sand drawing. And I'm really getting with you like the impermanence of things, that perhaps you might be going through impermanence, like things kind of going through you rather quickly, or there could have been a lot of loss or breakup. Some things that you thought were going to happen didn't happen. But I also get an abundance of energy with you. Now, what's interesting, we'll get to this, the surprise in this box. Okay, let's see. Now, I'm looking at designs here, and I also am getting a design with you with abundance and also with gold. You may want to connect in with gold, with a color gold, wearing gold. Gold is a lot about abundance, but it also is an attractor. So I feel like you are in a phase where you're attracting more or wanting to attract more, maybe more wealth, maybe more insight or knowledge or wisdom, or maybe you're taking a lot of classes, you're drawing in more, or this is the time, I'm hearing your soul say, for you to draw in. We want to draw in, we want to bring in. So even if you're letting go of things, or there's been some loss or losses that cut deeply, you are moving in a phase of attracting, of drawing in what you've been working on, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. I really feel this energy of coming in. It's like a big magnet. So you may find yourself more magnetic or more drawing in and then responding to people and situations. So let's see, you've got create space. Close encounter. Reclaim your energy. Yeah, see, drawing in. So some of you could be giving a lot out, okay? I get a lot also with creativity, with the solar plexus chakra there, with the orange, kind of yellow here. Yes, soul story number 1, don't overgive is what I'm hearing. Energy, time. Even though you might be feeling a bit lonely or alone on your path, or that people aren't understanding you, it's like you still, there's something about you overgave or overdid, or you tend to overdo. You might even need to rest. You might need to take some time off, or just see where you can, some things that really aren't that important or aren't urgent or aren't immediate, see if you could put those, if not on the back burner, the side burner. Oh my God, this is beautiful. So story number 1, healing cocoon of light. Your angels come to you now and surround you in a healing cocoon made of light. So that's what I was feeling. It's okay to rest more, okay? This healing cocoon of light. That is helping you recoup and regroup your energy. Really important for you right now. You've got also inner dialogue. In order for things around you to change, you must first change your inner dialogue. And the first thing I heard was, for some of you, it's I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing enough. So this lesson for you right now, and I want to offer this support to you, is the inner dialogue needs to be, I am enough and I am able to do enough. I do enough. I am enough and I'm able to do enough. So you may be doing less or feeling like I can't do it. I'm so tired, or I'm exhausted, or I need to rest, or I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. What I'm hearing from Spirit is that you've already put things in motion. So there might be a little bit of a gap or a space for things to draw in or manifest. So you're connecting into that part of the void that brings in the space, which can be quite uncomfortable, which maybe normally you would have things to do, people to see, go and play. You might be feeling that. Now you're feeling, wow, there is a space before blessing comes through. There is a space before the miracle. There is a space before the manifestation. It could be fractions of a second. It could be, minutes, hours. It could be days. It could be weeks, but there is going to be a space, and you're going to feel that space, whether it's getting an answer to a question and you feel that pause. You are having to get comfortable in that space, because for you, the healing is in the space. It's not in the doing right now. And what did I say about solar plexus? So you got solar plexus card here. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what contributes to the whole. So you're going to have to rest in that void, in that space. Maybe you don't hear right away from someone, or you don't hear right away on something. Be in that space. I feel like for you, because usually as a therapist we say, okay, have some healthy distractions, and I do feel that's appropriate. Have some healthy distractions, things that nurture you, things that inspire you, or however, for you, the support is going to come in the void, in the space. You just stopping in the space and feeling what you're feeling. Oh, I'm feeling anxiety, or I'm feeling uncertain, or I'm feeling what's this, or I don't even know what I'm feeling, or I'm feeling 20 feelings and I have 20 thoughts. To let this energy come up and out, because also for many of you, you're going to be creating more. There's something that you're bringing into existence. There's a lot of energy around your sense of self, your identity as a soul, beyond what people think of you or know of you, or friends or family. You're making some changes out of you. Come out of this deep healing cocoon of light. There's going to be some things that are very different, or you're doing things very differently in your life. And people are going to wonder, what's that about? Now, I feel like there's been some close encounters with you, with people, whether you want to call them on the life enhancing or non-life enhancing. Some of them could be relationships that almost took hold, and you're wondering why me? Why is it taking so long? Because you're shifting vibrationally. It's all I can tell you. There's you identifying more as a soul, identifying beyond the human ego you, more of your spirit, your spiritual essence, more with your soul, more of your soul's purpose, is going to be bringing you different people in different opportunities. So let's look and see what is in the magic box, this lotus. So there's something about not holding on to things because of the impermanence, right? There is, so we've got some tarot too. I'm hearing to do a little tarot. Should we look and see what's in there, or should we wait? Okay. So you got, first of all, this is one of my jewelry boxes, and it has jewels, a lot of jewels. Now, also this box, it comes apart here. So I want to tell you, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. And I've had this box forever, and I just love it. And I love that it is a sand painting, because I love sand mandalas. And but there's quite a lot of jewelry here that's sentimental, and some of it that is also jade, moonstone, that is pricey. So you needed to look for the solar plexus. It's a solar plexus chakra. The inner child is there, our wounding. It's also ourselves, our externalized aspect. The solar plexus, if you look at it, we've got we've got the soft spot when we're infants here that connects us universally, right? That's Shoshana, right? The rainbow bridge. And then we've got our from the umbilical cord, we've got the umbilical cord to our mother, and to Mother Earth, into the earth, getting our sustenance. So this solar plexus chakra is our empowerment center. It also is how we identify. It's our individuated aspect of us. This is why all chakras are so important, but the solar plexus chakra this earth dimension is very, it's been very wounded. It's the sum total of body, mind, spirit. It's the soul. It's our soul externalized in the world as me. It's Michele expressing, God is the all that is, expressing as Michele or as each of you. So your solar plexus has taken a lot. You've, perhaps maybe even some bullying or not feeling good enough or how you are, or not understanding maybe your gifts. Maybe a lot of you are starting to understand your gifts more. Now, it's interesting because that you got, I freely circulate what I have. Letting go. Didn't I say there's this letting go? Letting go, cleaning up and clearing out your closets and surroundings is a wonderful symbolic gesture that lets the universe know you are ready to receive more abundance. So what is this? This creating space. So you might have an inner dialogue of lack, not having enough, or I thought I'd be further. Thought I'd have this by this time or this age. I thought I would be here already, but I'm not. You're needing, even in your own mind, to clear the space, and even just telling you, I'm opening up to more abundance. I'm clearing the space. So there is a bit of a pause. Oh, that's interesting. I heard pod too. There's a connecting to your soul pod, soul groups, and some of you are about to draw that in more. So you might be saying no a lot. No to this person, no to this group situation. Maybe somebody wants to date you and you're like, oh, they're not really the right one. You're not being allowed to have time fillers right now, soul story number 1, because you're being asked to create space for more abundance. So it could be getting rid of things. It could be getting rid of things in your mind. It could be just being more comfortable with the void. So this is saying, let the universe know that you're ready for more abundance. I mean, you got the jewelry box here with the jewels, with the gold, with the silver, with the platinum. Let's see what your messages are. Healthier choices, health and healing comes to you. Improvement in finances and your body. Trust your body. There could be changes in food and diet. There's better health coming for you, more energy and more money. Get used to the idea of more. So this is more energy, more money, abundance. So you have to look at, you have this reserve of abundance. There's this reserve of abundance. And you are connected to the infinite source. So there is more coming. Even if you feel like things have slowed down or there's not enough, there is more coming. Another message. You, radiant light, are embarking on a whole new path. You are being guided. Changes in career and finance. Finance improves. So there is this improvement. You're getting this improvement. But it might be a little scary that you're doing a lot maybe on your own, or you're, maybe things have slowed down a bit. I'm here to say that there is space. So allow the space, whether the space is in your time. You know what I would do also, soul story number 1, maybe you want two things come to me. Is either gardening or planting some kind of seed, even a sunflower seed, and tending to that and watch it sprout. Spending more time in nature or with a garden, even if you're in the city, you could put a plant on your windowsill. It could be any kind of plant. It could be a succulent. It could be a cactus. It could be, rose. It could be spices. Something that you just are connecting more with the cycle of nature, the cycle of time, how time manifests through the cycles of nature, okay? Because there is improvement, but yes, there is a bit of a space here, and it's almost like I'm hearing from your guides particularly, some of you have some very strong guides, is they want you to consolidate your energy, consolidate your money, your finance, wherever you're putting things out, consolidate, okay? That makes sense for someone. Okay, this one really wanted to come out. 7 of Swords. So that's the unknown. You don't know what's going to be happening. You have an idea, you're getting glimpses, but you also have to strategize a bit. In other words, you have to think, okay, if I'm creating more space or I need more space for abundance, what can I let go of? What can I get rid of? And I also hear heavy heart. So allowing yourself to do the deeper healing work. You may have tools for yourself for this. You can always connect with me on Patreon. We have, soul path tools there. And then also on my website, soulplayground.life, there's things that you can either copy and paste and do or download. And then in the archives of this channel. Okay, we've got the Wand of Wands. So that Ace of Wands, there's the Sun. And I'm reminded here with the yellow, the solar plexus chakra, I'm reminded both of these are real. This deep depth, darkness, all these heavy, denser emotions are happening, but so is this bright light. So you're making peace with that. Could be a lot of shadow work as well. Let's see what else is coming up for you. We'll get a little more messages. And then we've got Justice, Libra card. And that's interesting because it's right in the center. Four of Wands. Yes, you're completing. So this is, if you want to say karmic realignment, karma has to do with patterns. What we've drawn in from not only our own pattern, but the pattern that we incarnated with and into, the collective pattern, the cause and effect from these patterns. So you're clearing things out. And then we've got 8 of Cups, 8 of Chalices here. So clearly it's moving on from people or situations, even if you can only move on emotionally, being less emotionally attached to people and situations that pull on you, that drain you, that bring confusion. And when that happens, my suggestion is, rather than blaming the other person, not saying you do, many of you don't, it's a reminder to myself as well, all of us, instead of putting the blame, allow the blame, that's the human part, and then say, okay, what is my learning in this? What was my role or part? What did I learn in this? How was I now let's get it even out of the human realm of learning lesson. What polarity was I holding? What part of the polarity was I holding for this to happen? And what I like to do with that is I feel that, and then I let it go. I go, okay, I go into neutral. So I'm not going to hold that polarity that I'm the one that shows up and overly helps or gives or saves the day or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Some of you, it's like, I'm not, you're just not, you're reclaiming your energy. That part of your energy is too extended. It's into the world and the universe at this time. You have to bring some of it back. And then we've got the 3 of Wands, which means you're doing that successfully. This also has that you perhaps might be in a little bit of a life review or reflecting, looking just how far you've come. Some of you are waiting for whatever that Ace of Wands idea or energy, that output, you're waiting for it to come in. Let's see if it comes in. King of Chalices, King of Cups. Again, the healer, healing energy, being very sensitive, perhaps empathic as well. 3 of Swords. Okay, still dealing with that. Okay, so there's a lot of motion here and trauma. Some of you, this is just old, this is ancient, this may even just be family or familial. And then we've got the 10 of Cups, there it is. So just keep processing. If you need support, online support, a therapist, life coach, spiritual life coach, a friend, get that support. You're needed. What you have to offer is not only needed, but necessary at this time. I'm also hearing support yourself. Don't overextend. And then we've got the 5 of Swords. So there's so the 3 of Swords, and this is what you're dealing with, soul story number 1. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords. I'm not good enough. Now again, this is a general reading, so this is not going to be exact for everyone, but many of you, I'm not good enough, or I doubt myself, or I'm not sure, or I don't have enough, or I've been hurt before. So, but these are real hurts. There's some things that have happened that have been very, very hurtful and harmful. that that are coming up to process, but that doesn't mean that the light aspect of you isn't here also. The very awake, aware, conscious, bouncy, that part hasn't gone away. You know, many of you, I could say you're in a bit of a dark night of a soul. And then we've got the Three of Cups, so healing emotionally and getting that support. So it's happening. I get it though. It's challenging. Let's get some last messages here. So I want to tell you that you're healing some deep woundings on the solar plexus chakra so that you can shine even more. You can get through what you need to get through on the other side of this. And again, a lot of it has to do with energy. I feel like some of you people have just really plugged in. Energy vampires, and maybe you've been in situations where you were more the empath, the teacher, the helper, the healer. You have to take that energy back. You have to neutralize it, and let's see, that's it. You have to take that energy back that's too extended or expanded, that's too out there. People see you in this way and literally like to connect and plug into you. And so that's not like you're not going to share or help others. But it's first right now for you is doing that first for yourself, and then whatever is left just for the now to create this, to rebalance. Benefits increase in all you do, prosperity, abundance, and money. So that you are coming into this time. Let me see why. Let me ask. All right, it's very clear. On this dimension, on the earth plane, in order for you to have more abundance, and it means for some of you, you might be more on your own or doing more on your own, or there may be some loneliness at Three of Swords, and negative expectations is the Five of Swords. It's just a small shift. It's not going to take that long, okay? But you have to... Some of you want to give so much. There's just this heart opening that you want to give, you want to help. That's the role that you've been cast in. So you pulling your energy back and not overextending actually is what trips the trigger to bring more abundance. Okay, you're at a crossroads. Well, that's the crossroads. Can you do this? Because here's the thing, someone may call you or want to connect with you that, let's say, has more of a pulling energy, or you're just tired or you want to do something else and you feel like you need to, like you have to show up for this person, or you feel a little, they're putting the guilties on you. Or you can see that they're lost and normally your role would be there. And you want the connection, you want the companionship, but you have to ask yourself right now, what cost? And here we have the message again. You need to clear your energy field, aura cleanse, chakra balancing, work with obsidian, black tourmaline, and selenite also. Okay, get yourself some black tourmaline, obsidian. Again, this is a lot about energy being... You're building back up energetically, so that's even financially, that there's something about building back up, rebuilding. And so it's like you don't want to overgive until things are at a different level. I'm getting this picture, and I don't know what this has to do with, of a dance floor. Like, sometimes at weddings they have these portable dance floors, and I'm just getting this idea of, like, right now where your foundation is, like, let's say they're putting that dance floor in, right, for whatever, a wedding, a party, but it's not secure yet. Like the dance floor is partially secure, and now you invite all these people in. It's not going to support. It's not going to hold up. So just a little bit longer, soul group number 1, radiant lights, just a little bit longer. Adjust, learn, and grow through the challenges. You're learning something new. See, this is all about not being... See, you're very open. That's not going to go away. It's just that the vibrational frequency to what you've been open to because of your training or entrainment, the programming, had people of a certain level giving back to you, or giving back, even if they gave you things, or it was still uneven. And that's okay. And many of you actually even got into uneven situations or circumstances where you knew you were overgiving, but because you had a lot to give. And you can't do that anymore. That's the adjustment. Okay, let's see if there's a starseed message. Yeah, that's the adjustment. So you're at a crossroads because you're going to be attracting very different. You know, it's like the comedian that's, oh, so-and-so's a laugh and always is funny. But it's being stuck in that role to have to show up that way. That's a pull, because maybe you don't want to go to that gathering or that party or that family event or to those friends' house in that role. Maybe, but then you force yourself. Maybe you're in a quiet mode when you go there. So you should be able to go to places and not have to show up in a certain way. Okay? So, but people expect that out of you, and it's great. That's not, your gifts are not going to go away. Connect with the galactic councils, 41, light councils. So what I hear with this is that the next level, you have to get this to receive the next level of soul unfoldment and experience. And for some of you, the galactic support or energy. It's almost like this next level, the information that you're going to be getting requires this adjustment. Okay? Adjust, learn, and grow. So you can't get that next level until you're able to do this. Okay? And that's what you're working on right now. So I would say, yeah, aura cleanse, chakra balancing, whether you get it in person or online, or there's great YouTube videos. I do have an attunement meditation that I feel would be really good for you that's on this channel in meditations. It's an ascension attunement. It helps you ascend, and that shadow material, it breaks down that shadow material. It's very powerful, powerful process. Marriage, you're attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. See that, because you're marrying yourself. So for those of you that you're asking about, where is my counterpart, my divine counterpart, my soulmate, that's the life mate, on their way. This last piece puts you in resonance, coherence, and soul alignment to that. But let's read this again, because to me this sums up. You are attracting. Remember I said you're attracting more right now. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So the people, whether it's a partner or business partner, or they're not going to over pull on you. You're going to be able to be truly, not just people saying, oh, it's okay, you're not feeling down, but you can still feel them pulling on you. They want something from you, your energy, your input, your insights, your help, something. And you've been showing up this way. So you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Beautiful soul story number 1. All right, I hope that supports you. It's there. Part of it is giving that emotional fulfillment to yourself. I think that's going to actually be your mantra, your affirmation is, no, not just attracting. I have emotional fulfillment, and I am experiencing unconditional love. So you're attracting it. Some of you could say, I'm attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. You're attracting that in, but in that space, your higher self, your soul wants you to feel that unconditional love, that support, is within the void, within the space. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's where you connect with the galactic realm, the divine council. What was the other? The spirit guides, the angels. So right now, that support for many of you is coming through the spirit realm. and they want you to feel that. They want you to feel the unconditional love and support that you do have. And when you feel that through the void, it will manifest on this denser physical reality. Lots of love and light, and I hope to see you and connect with you in another reading. Hello, if you picked soul story number 2, this is your reading. I'm getting a lot with you with magic and mystery and really opening up to life. A lot about deep healing, and also about, I heard love is a mystery. Love is a mystery unfolding. So many of you could be in a relationship or wanting a relationship. There's definitely a lot to do with you about divine connection. All right, so we're going to see what's in here a bit later. Let's pull some cards and tune in. We've got allowance, number 9. So there could be something ending and going to a new level or new beginning with you. I'm getting a lot about love though. I'm getting a lot with the throat chakra for the blue, I guess, expressing. And this is the upper energy centers and then the regular chakras. So there is something about this doorway of allowing, I just heard allowing love in your life. Okay, allowing abundance, moving more into the loving law of allowance. Okay, I do talk about that, by the way. I just had a flash in my Understanding the Universal Laws and Activating the Law of Magnetic Attraction MP3 goes a lot into the loving law of allowance. So it's a very important aspect of manifesting or drawing in what we want, attracting what we want, is moving into that loving law of allowance. Because it teaches us where to place our energy. So if that helps anyone. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the world, in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Well, I'm also hearing with you in the world. So there is something to you perhaps about the world, or striking out on your own, or being, some of you it's too much on your own. There's been a lot with the heart, heartache, heartbreak. I feel like you're reclaiming kind of the magic, the mystery. Many of you could be identifying as indigo children, indigo adults, starseed, but there's a lot with you also with about communication, living more from the higher principle of your life, meaning you're wanting to draw in or have higher frequency situations, circumstances, higher frequency love. You want to move into a space where you really love your life and who's in your life and what you have around you. Many of you, I feel there's a lot of gifts. Wow, you are the universe. There it is. So this is about connecting really into the quantum aspect of your being. This is, again, for many of you, it's this ascension process of rising above and focusing on the big picture. And you got the rose kiss. Now, I feel like this has to do with perhaps relationship, situation in love, or love situation, or wanting that. And we got high heart chakra. What did I say? Universal heart. Ecstatic bliss. So I feel like many of you are touching that, is what I'm hearing. And then there's this idea or concept, I want to live from that space, from the high heart chakra. I want to open up to the abundance that I am, the universe, the quantum me. So many of you could be manifesting and living a higher principle life. And that's not morality. That's living more by spirit and spiritual principles, aligning more to your soul, connecting to your heart. You're really starting to live out these principles. Soul story number 2. True love. At the core foundation of this relationship is the potential for true love. Now, this could be some of you asking about relationship. For others, I feel that this is about you are the universe. You're connecting into a different kind of love, a 5D and above. Love from the universal heart chakra. You're connecting in more to the earth star chakra, the soul star chakra. You're connecting into more parts and aspects of you. So it could be a little daunting. You could be a bit emotional. There could be a bit of emotionality coming, or like you're feeling like I'm seeing so much and feeling so much right now. Many of you could be coming more in touch that you are an empath. Many of you highly sensitive, very psychic, very attuned. I definitely get clairsentient. I get a lot with feeling. Could be also a lot with connecting to the Lemurian energy of life and memories of Lemuria. You've got 1, life force energy. It's time to engage in activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Yes. So some of you have had to leave certain people and situations behind, and you're like, okay, let's get to tarot now before we get to the magic. I feel like I want to play with you a little bit, like the magic and mystery. I feel like there's the unknown. Like many of you could be occultists, or maybe you're channelers and psychic yourself, or into astrology and divination. There is this aspect, and I gotta say this, it's true love, but it's this cosmic or quantum part of you. You're starting to really connect into the quantum aspect of your being. I was going to say divine, but then the guides corrected me. Everything is divine. That's what we have to. That's kind of what we have to know, and it's just by frequency. So this is about higher frequency experiences. Many of you could be using magic, connecting in mystically, doing a lot with ritual, and you're drawing in. It's even Saint Germain, really connecting in that violet flame. Working perhaps with amethyst. Amethyst would be very good for you to work with also, or any of the dark colors. Maybe even lepidolite, you know. Labradorite. Lepidolite is kind of focusing and working with dreams. Labradorite for magic manifestation. This is about you're really harnessing your life force energy. You're really harnessing this energy and moving into conscious creation. You are deciding where you put your energy and how. So it might be you might be a little tired on some level. 4 of air, just as I said, tired. 8 of earth, there's the work. 8 of pentacles there. 5 of air. Soul story number 1 got the 5 of swords too. So that, and then the world. So you got the universe, you are the universe, you got the world. So this is deep, deep change, transformation change coming from transmutation. It's not just transformation, changing the form, it's changing the energy of you and your life, the quality, the soul, getting more to the soul quality of you, the soul energy of you, the soul. But there could be a little bit of a doubt or negative expectations weighing you down right now. There could be a little bit of a denser energy because you've had to put in a lot of work. And I also see many of you are kind of like looking and saying, okay, is this all there is? Or, you know, this is as far as I got. I do feel like there is a quantum leap coming up for you. King of Fire, there's that quantum leap, whether it's another person in your life that greatly inspires you, or you're connecting with this King of Fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got Saturn, Pluto here with the world. See, the world card, it has to do with creating a whole new either way of living, where you live, work. It changes the foundation. That's why it's the world. And then you've got the world, which in some decks is also called the universe. And you've got the universe over here, 29. So 29 is 11-2. So these are changes that are also going to change the way you live, how you live, where you live. These are changes that are opening you up to a bigger way of living, a bigger lifestyle, whatever that means. Wow, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So there's a lot about cycles, moving through the cycles, understanding the cycles that you're moving through, strength. A lot of Pluto energy, Saturn, Pluto, with fire, Earth, at 8 of Earth is Capricorn. And then 2 of fire. So this is managing the energy well. 2 of fire is dominion. So I feel like you're in a process, and I'm hearing like, don't give up. Don't give up. I'm going to reshuffle these because I'm getting, yeah, don't give up. There we go. 8 of fire, 4 of fire. So you need, soul story number 2, you need to shift things up a little bit. Whether it's driving somewhere, walking somewhere, getting on your bike, your skateboard, I don't know, getting in a canoe, getting in a yacht, you need to move around. And movement of the body, change your schedule up a bit. Look at this. You've got the 5 of earth. Could be a little slump financially, just a little bit. 4 of fire, completion, and you've got the 8 of fire, things moving. Okay, that one actually came out first. So the 8 of fire. So you're moving from this other way of thinking and kind of looking at things, this other way of being in the world. Some of you, you could be healing from something physically, whether with the body or something with the physicality. I also heard tantra, so even yoga, tantra, anything that brings in, wow, look at that. I was going to say in a sense of more abundance, and you got the 9 of earth, Virgo. So there is a gain. So if there has been a little bit of a space or downtime, things do seem to pick back up. Whenever you're watching this, probably the next week or 2, whenever you're watching this, I get like a 7 to 10 day cycle, and then a 21-day cycle. So there is some kind of spike, some kind of improvement, 7 to 10 days, and then 21 days. Again, this is timeless, although I'm doing this in between the eclipses because I'm feeling this energy. Now, I do feel this energy is going to continue, this density, but I feel like many people are going to get the hang of it. Like, wow, we had this heavy, dense energy. And it's not an either or, it's and both, you know, and we have this uplifting, inspirational energy. We have both. You're going to have to learn to just process both, is what I'm hearing. Shall we see what's in here? Zip. Wow. Okay, first of all, you got the labradorite heart. So, I mean, look at the colors here. True love. So it's the magic and mystery of timing of when love comes in. For some of you, this is just also doing more of what you love, getting a job, career, lifestyle, moving where you love. You know, this is about a whole new way of living and attracting differently, okay? But I feel like for many of you, the heart is really important to you. Like you have a big heart, or there's a lot going on with the heart. Could have been heartache, heartbreak, heart condition. There could be stuff with the heart, but it's also that you naturally hold this heart energy. Oh, look at, you got high heart chakra. So you've got 2 cards with that. This is the potential for true love. And then you've got high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. So many of you, I do feel you've been processing a lot of grief. And for some, there's negative expectations about what you could actually draw in, what would really work, or you're feeling perhaps that there's been missed chances in love or missed chances to have what you really love. And I want to say it's coming, even though it seems like it's coming late, like, oh, this should have happened sooner. It's in divine timing. So that, let's see if that can make that stand. That love, okay, we'll just put that down that way, but I'm very stubborn. That love situation that you've been wanting to connect with is coming. Okay, let's see what else is in here. The greatest of these is love. Love is the greatest force in the universe. Applying love to everything you do causes the path to unfold smoothly and draws your dreams in the perfect way. Expand your ability to love and create magic and harmony in all your affairs. Yeah, so this has to do with magic too. That's why I kept saying magic and mystery. And labradorite definitely has to do with magic, mystery, manifestation, attracting, drawing in. So I would say for you is just to say, what the heck, I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to try, I've done this, you know, I put things out, I've been electrical, I followed through. Now let me start drawing in. And maybe also working with visioning and visualization. You have a great gift to love. You have the gift of love within you. You are love. You have such a strong connection to your heart, to the emotional aspect of your being. You probably, my sense is very inspirational, inspiring, very passionate, have a lot of passion. Some of you, you're healing this part of you to make it okay to be more passionate, to be more in touch with your emotions. We've got 3 messages here. Love. Okay, it's all about the love. Open to abundance. Well, abundance is love in various forms. So abundance is having all that we need and want, you know, or all that we need. So some of you could be moving out of more of a lack or limitation consciousness, or you experience lack and limitation. I feel some of you had a lot of abundance at one point, and then some things happened in life, and now you're building back up. And so you have to kind of believe in yourself again. Like, I had this before, I'll have it again. Some of you need to believe, I keep thinking about this, dreaming about this, I will have it. I'm hearing the perfect and divine form will be sent to you. So whatever it is you're wanting, the perfect and divine form is being sent to you. There's a long message here. New love, love that deepens. There are new relationships coming on your path, a new home and new direction. Okay, what was that? The world and universe, a new home and new direction. A move sets you on a new path. Change in career, more money, new love. So this is about abundance. So this, for me, this is about abundance. This is about a career change or path. It's increase in finances for you. It's relationships that are based on abundance, not scarcity, where you're not pigeonholed in a certain way of being. So if you're asked, those of you that are asking about creative projects or someone to connect with, collaborate with, new job, career path, that's happening, relationship. Okay, so I'm getting a message here. As long as you're doing it from love and doing more of what you love. Now, some of you might say, okay, I'm in this relationship or this situation or this job or career I can't yet get out of. I need it right now. That's fine. Find ways to do more of what you love. Okay, wow, this just all came out. Soul community, collab, and resources. So that's the abundance. You're attracting a soul community. People that get you, you get them. There's much more resonance and coherence. So you're getting people to collaborate with that support you. And no strings attached. It's like you're giving this, they're giving that. There's this mutual exchange. There's relationships based on synergy you're attracting, okay? Evaluate, reevaluate, time off, tune within, take time, go within, have patience. So many of you are in this evaluation mode where you just have to take time out and go, okay, I see where that's going. Nope, not going to do that. And that when we change, to have the change affect our 3D thinking, our beta consciousness, our ego mind, to become a habit, a healthy habit, a life-enhancing habit, we have to process. We have to bring it into our cognitive awareness and think about it and kind of, add it up and go, okay, this is why this happened, or this people are this way. You have to make conscious decisions. You have to make decisions right now more from awareness and that are much more conscious. So you have to bring your decision making into consciousness. Like, I'm not doing this because it affects me this way. I'm saving my energy for this and I'm not doing that. You see what I'm saying? You are clearing emotional patterns, past life recall. So this is about clearing emotional patterns so that you are drawing in that love from that high heart, the high heart energy, more unconditional love, relationships that are from the high heart chakra, true love. You need space. You need to take time for yourself. Self-prioritize. Okay, there's a little similarity, a little overlap in certain ways with soul story number 1. So you may want to watch that video as well. Okay, let's see. One more message? You have one more message? Okay, Cryon. Some of you might be connected to Cryon, or could be some messages there. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to take them all. That one's calling, but let me put these in to see. Okay, all of a sudden, again, throat chakra, you're going to be hearing a lot, and you're going to feel from your higher self, your own intuitive understanding is going to be coming up more to the forefront to help you. As you speak more, this has to do with creativity, speaking, moving into leadership capability, or knowing that you're a leader no matter what you're going through. Okay, some of you are in a 1 to 2 year cycle. So these changes that you're putting forth, you've either been working on them 1 to 2 years, or in 1 to 2 years, they'll be complete. So in other words, some of you may move, and it takes about a year till you feel like, okay, I'm really in this place and established, okay? Some of you are changing career paths, so it's a 1 to 2 year cycle, okay? Or you've been making the changes the last 1 to 2 years. And if that's the case, then some things are about to manifest for you. Okay, so one more. So I'm getting a lot, the throat opening up. Like you have a lot you want to say, you want to experience, you want to share. Some of you want to share more. Okay, messages. Yeah, give yourself the space and the time to share more of how you see things, how you interpret things. This is also having to do with your creativity. Now, some of you, this is about speaking up. If what it is that you want, you need to clear your energy field, aura cleanse, chakra balance. You can work with the stones obsidian, black tourmaline, or selenite. And of course, that came up in soul story number 1. So what I'm hearing really from you to connect in with this labradorite is, whether it's to yourself or to other people, you need to start expressing what it is you really want in your life. Maybe you don't want to work, or you don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. Maybe some of you say, you know what, I want to be a writer and sustain my livelihood through writing, or I want to do trading, or I want to be with a partner that can support me. Whatever it is that you really want, this indigo energy is saying you need to get clear on this. You need, oh, that just came out. Let's see what that is. Snake, your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. So again, the snake is also about transformation, transmuting energy. And so I feel like to connect in with yourself and your life force energy, what's going to help support you right now on your path is to see things that you're shedding this old skin, and it's just taking some time. And some of you are about at the end of it. I would say the following, again, this is a, timeless read. So depending, it could be, again, 1 to 2 years you've been working on this, or some of you that are just starting the cycle, you know who you are, it's another 1 to 2 years. Angel, your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So a lot to do with protection, energy protection. We were talking about this psychic and spiritual warfare, shadow material coming up. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So this is to let you know you're not alone. Now, this may mean you need to prayer, meditation, maybe certain books, videos like this, my podcast, Awakenings with Michele Meiche, or there's other podcasts. Where are you getting the spiritual support and nourishing for yourself, where you feel loved, where you can express the love you are in various ways? Now that the love that you express may be through how you do your job, your position, the type of work you do, your creativity. love of yourself, love of how you dress, cooking a great meal. You're really being asked to connect into your heart chakra, to connect in through the universal heart. You're connecting in more on a soul level. And it's the fullness of all parts of you. So this is about you loving all parts of you, expressing all parts of you in life-enhancing ways. This is about censoring less. Okay, let's see what just flew out. Syrian consciousness. Oh, this is beautiful. This is your message. You are fully supported and loved. Release through feeling. And Syrian consciousness has to do with our little animal beings, especially doggy beings. You know how they lick you, even if you hurt yourself or something, the dog will come and lick it to try to heal. So you got to lick your wounds. You got to allow for that companionship. It might be coming through for some of you through friends, maybe certain family members. I feel a lot of you, this is like friends or family of choosing. But you are fully supported and loved. Your guides have not left you. The angels haven't left you. There may be more connection for you right now in the spirit realm, or you're getting those connections. You're just getting enough connection. It may not yet be by that one special someone, that soulmate that's a life mate, a partner, the divine counterpart. That is coming. If that's what you're wanting, that person is coming into your life. Right now, it seems to be coming through other people and situations, maybe getting validation or appreciation from people. Release through feeling. You've got it. And this is what I said. I don't know if you saw the first part of this video, the channel part, the channel guidance. We've got to feel it. We got to feel it to know it, feel it to claim it, feel it to move through it, feel it to use it. This is about reclaiming that energy that is you, your life force energy you're reclaiming through feeling. All right, radiant light, so beautiful. I just feel, I really do feel the love that you are. I really do feel this love, and I want you to know that you are fully loved and supported. And that is your soul insights mantra. I am fully loved and supported. For some of you, I am fully loved and supported, and this love and support starts with me. Yes, yes. Purple, deep purple, green. These are some powerful colors for you. Even see on the snake. Blue, you might want to wear blue. You might want to connect in just consciously with the energy of, it's the heart chakra for you that's being greatly activated, but also I would say the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, and also the fifth and seventh. Those are the chakras I would say that need to be addressed, connected to, healed, or just attention. You'll know what to do. And definitely speak your mind, speak what is true for you, acknowledge what is true for you. All right, Radiant Soul Light. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that you do feel the love and support that is there for you. If I can support you further, or you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. You can also connect with me on Patreon, MentorCam, or Soul Playground. A lot of good stuff for your soul there. All right, much love and light to you. Hi, if you pick soul story number 3, this is your reading. So as I was putting this reading together in between the other readings, it's very interesting because I started getting different information, new information and different information than when I was originally tuning in. And I was getting a lot with the tree of life. So I don't know if some of you study Kabbalah or or other forms of ancient mysticism, esoteric principles, but also that something is growing in your life. Something new is growing and is about to sprout. And then I realized on this beautiful box that was given to me by a really, really good friend. I've had this box forever, many, many, many years. It's from Persia, from Iran. My dear friend is from there. And so it has quite, she's very gifted. She has, her and her mother used to do these readings with me where they had books from Hafez and Rumi, thick books with golden binding, real gold binding, and you know, gold at the edge of the pages. And you would you'd ask a question and then turn to the page, and profound readings. So there's this energy of this very ancient wisdom I feel within you. I do feel there's something about a new path, or walking alone, or walking on your own, or you've been walking on your own. And I see you walking on this path, and then I see another person, and then another person, and then another person. And then you look around and there's more people, there's more family, there's more friends, there's your soul path community, there's your soul family, soul tribe, soul community. So many of you are really yearning for this community that you remember. You have it in your, not only your mental, emotional memory, but in the fabric of your bones, of your being, of the tissues, in the cellular structure. Your cells have this memory, this cellular memory of being part of a community. Some of you in a leadership position, some of you that it's just this connecting or banding together. So some of you may live maybe multiple dwelling, situations, or roommates, or you might be called to, like, I want to buy property with a group of people and build on it, or I want to live in a certain community, or some of you communal living. There's a lot to do with you with community on your path, and attracting more of your soul group, and also sharing more of your gifts, your talents, soul gifts, your talents, your abilities. You have a lot to give and a lot to share. And I do feel that out of life right now, there is a lot that's about to blossom for you. Okay, so you're moving in a time or a phase of blossoming. We're going to look at this in a minute. Let's look at it this way. Just going to leave that energy there, see what's inside. So you've got third eye chakra, pineal perspective. Wow, I'm getting like total other dimensional realities, extraterrestrial, other dimensional beings. I'm getting, maybe a lot of you are maybe into sci-fi or virtual reality, AI. There's a maybe you identify it very Atlantean. This could be Lemurian also, because I feel a heart connection. That's interesting. Okay, third eye chakra here. Now this snuck in from another deck, but I get it, close encounters. And what's interesting, I'm getting close encounters of the third kind. So many of you could be having visitations. Maybe you're aware you're a starseed. Maybe you're connecting to the galactic aspect of your being, or maybe some of you have been having dreams of other dimensions or other planetary experiences, or you might find yourself watching a lot of movies like that, because it's stirring up an ancient memory. It's stirring up memory within you. This memory somehow will be used. So you might feel like you're isolating a bit, but I feel like this is kind of to prompt you to connect more to your third eye chakra, to get the vision, to connect more to the visionary aspect of you. You're envisioning something. Well, there we go, higher view, see? So this is about a galactic, extraterrestrial, so beyond the earth view, beyond the little everyday mundane aspect of life. So you might be feeling a disconnect, like, oh, I got to do all this stuff here. There's finance, bills to pay, clean the house, go pick up this person or that, the children, can pick them up, do this. Oh, I got to show up. You've got all this kind of everyday mundane life, kind of 3D, but then you have this very galactic, expressive, expansive view. You have this higher view of life, and it's like, how do those come together? Well, let's see if they do. Okay, remembering the soul journey. I'm hearing the soul call. We're going to put that at the top. It's a lot. This is your soul's journey. Compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and nature, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our hearts and into the world. Well, that's the higher view. So many of you may be having to take the higher view. Maybe you're in law, or you're an advocate for someone, or mediator. Maybe you're managing. You're having to take the higher view from two opposing or seemingly opposing points of view. This could be very taxing or stressful, but it is also your gift. The third eye sees beyond the dualistic aspect of nature. There is dual. There's the masculine and the feminine. So we do have duality that plays out on the earth plane. However, when we get the higher perspective, we can take in both views and come up with a third view. Path of least resistance. When all doors seem to be closed, it is because you have not tried to open the correct one yet. No, I think that's being made for you. I feel like there's been choices, but they haven't been quite right, the right choice for you. Or you've had choice A and B, and it's not A and B. You've had choice 1 and 2, door number 1, door number 2, and it hasn't yet been the right one. You're still kind of waiting for that. Inspired action. Focus on inspiration and the action steps will flow effortlessly. Yeah, go to places where you feel inspired and do what is inspirational or inspiring for you. Okay, this is about also feeding. This is about feeding your spiritual nature, feeding with inspiration. So if you're feeling a little dull, a little disconnected from source, from life, go places where you feel inspired. Go places where you feel the inspiration. Connect into spiritual insight, spiritual inspiration. What inspires your soul? What connects you to your heart, inspires your heart. For some of you, this could be art, this could be music, this could be listening to it, this could be creating art and music. The art, music, creativity, great conversations, great food, ways of connecting in are the realms of the soul. Okay, some of you, it could be poetry, it could be writing. Some of you, I hear, you have the gift of gab. So you like to talk, you like deep conversations, you like to connect, and you want to connect with deeper people. You want more meaningful connection is what I'm hearing. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more is what I'm hearing. Here you go. So there is some kind of further deepening of the connection to your higher self. You are moving into a higher octave of expression and experience in life is what I'm hearing. Okay, you got the stars. Well, there we go. The star energy, galactic energy, Aquarius, Uranus energy. So the unusual, you might be drawn more to the unusual. Your soul group, 10 of Swords, leaving behind some old patterns and people. I'm telling you, there is something definitely about Close Encounters. I don't know if you ever saw that movie. Definitely you're getting visitations. If you wonder, have I been visited? Yes, you have been. I've had visitations in my life. And also especially with other dimensional light beings. One so loud that scared me, that I screamed, that one of my neighbors called the police. This was years ago, and I lived in a condo complex. But then what happened is I later then went into meditation, got into that higher frequency energy and said, look, just let me know, because they were like touching me, they're like light finger like this was, and I could feel it, and I woke up in these 2 beings, which I'm not afraid of them, but it's like, don't just come and popping in 3 a.m. and wake me, give me some warning. So yeah, you're letting go of something or some things that have greatly held you back. For some of you, it's a particular mindset that's been blocking your inspiration. I almost feel like you've had to recharge you know, like recharge your batteries. You've had to recharge energetically. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, because things are taking a long time. I know it's like you got to have compassion. Well, so the path of least resistance is the path that you're on. I don't feel you're off path. This is part of your soul's journey. The next step for you is bringing in this higher view into your everyday living and trusting that part of you more. And I feel like that's going to help you emotionally. That's going to help you feel more connected to the 3D or the earth game, right? Because what's 3D is just form, and actually 3D and 4D. Because form, it's like this is a third dimensional, but it's not. And I know this because we've had quantum physicists and physicists on my podcast, and they corrected us that actually regular life isn't just 3D, it's 4D, because scientists, physicists count the energy around it. Okay, that's where the ethers, right, come in, the air, right? We count the ethers or the air. So it's not that we're all going to these upper energy centers. Those energy centers are becoming they're aspects of us that we're anchoring on the earth plane. That's why, in a sense, it's not only the new emerging consciousness of the new paradigm, it's also new earth. So these energies will be on earth. We're not going anywhere, you know, to another planet. I mean, we could visit or go somebody down the road. People may, you know, have other dimensional, we have other dimensional experiences and planetary experiences, but this is about earth. When you're on the earth plane, it's about being on the earth plane. And you've got 8 of Pentacles, so there you are working. So I'm getting it. I know it's hard. Don't give up. Some of you have been very, very you just feel overwhelmed. It's like you really want to just be free. You want to be free like that bird. It's about rising like the phoenix. So you might feel very tired and dejected, and then kind of rise up, get inspired. You know, that's kind of rise up. Then you're tired, you're dejected, you're depressed, and then you rise up. It's a process, lighting that fire of inspiration. 7 of Chalices. What do I want to do? Where am I going? It's the path of least resistance. There's a lot of options around you, but none of them are exactly it. That's what I'm hearing. 4 of Wands, completion, a new level. This is also inspiration. So something coming in that greatly inspires you. There's something that's completing so that you're on a new level of experience and expression, more from the soul experience and expression. 8 of Chalices. Okay, so this is like, if it's too much, just let it be. Take little bites of things, okay? This is for this soul group, you can't do it all at once, even if you're seeing the big vision. That's what I'm getting. A lot of you are seeing the big vision. You are seeing the bigger vision. You're seeing your soul journey. There we go. I hope you can see that. You've got the higher view. There we are. You've got the higher view. You're seeing the bigger vision, but it's not yet manifested in form. It's still, for some of you, it's in the dream state. Some of you, you can feel it etherically, about to manifest more fully. Some of you are getting little signs of it. Then we've got the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands, dominion, handling that energy. It's taking that Ace of Wands. So a lot of you have already been inspired. It's like, now what do I do with this? And some of you are going, I don't have enough energy to do it. Oh, but here we come. 8 of Wands. So things pick up, clarity, moving forward. So I do feel like there's new inspiration and justice. Libra card. So some of you, I'm going to get another one. What we've got here, 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. Well, that's what you're feeling now. Okay, let's see. Let's get in the support here. Okay, you're feeling like it's not enough. You're not going to be able to do it. There's not enough. You have the inspiration, but some of you don't yet have the energy to do what it is you want to do. So you have to have compassion for yourself. Some of you are pulled in different directions, and that you're going to be getting more clarity, so clarifying more and prioritizing. Okay, the Ten of Cups. That's emotional security, but to me, that's also like the Ten of Pentacles. It is having everything. So there is this level of emotional security and emotional support, and that's within you. I feel like you're going to be starting to attract it more in people. And then the Hierophant, the teacher. So some of you could be teaching. This is also about connecting to your higher self, living more from the higher view of the higher self. I mean, it's very clear. Higher view of the higher self. Taurus energy. Now, I do feel, now, even though this is a timeless reading, I just had this, I got to say what I see and hear. I do feel like, you know, the nodal axis is changing. We'll be moving out of that North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius. In January, the North Node will be going into Taurus. So I feel that's going to be a South Node in Scorpio, that's going to be a very productive, inspiring time for you. So I don't know if you have Taurus prominently in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or maybe Saturn in Taurus, or Venus in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus, something that is, or aspecting Taurus. That house, I would look at that astrologically if you know your chart. If you don't know your chart, there's places, Astro Dentist, I think it is, Dentist, Astro.com. There are places that you can just get your natal chart for free done, and just see what house is that Taurus energy in, or what's it aspecting. It could be by opposition, it could be by square, but I feel like for you, that somehow opens this cage. Like there's this part of you that's been caged, and it's been quite a big part, and there's a part of you that's been free. I feel like that gilded cage opens, the door to the gilded cage opens at that time. So you've got another couple of months, and I would say anything that has to do with Taurus is very telling for you, and very supportive. So this is finance, how you see yourself, your values, your principles, where you choose to put your time, your energy, your money, what's worth it to you, what's it worth, and what's worth it to you now. So there is this reprioritizing that's taking place. And Hierophant is the intermediary also. So again, you could be in situations where you're an intermediary, maybe to the past, and then you're in the present and creating the future. Then you've got the wheel here, fate, destiny. Again, so Taurus, we've got Saturn energy here, Libra, Nine of Wands, your strength coming up, and then we've got the Ace of Wands. So that's that inspiration. You're waiting for the inspiration or the energy to be able to do what it is that you want to do. So there could, for some of you, be issues around feeling depressed or more tired or exhausted because you've come a long way. But that is going to be picking up probably within the next month or so, or 2 months, 2 to 3 months. It's not immediate, but it is because your whole world is changing, is what I'm hearing. It's a big change. Okay. Let's see what's in here. You've got a battery. Recharge your batteries. Your batteries are being recharged. Connecting to the bigger battery, source energy, so that your little battery is being worked on. So whatever you've gone through, you're learning how to use your energy differently, and your little battery is getting recharged from source energies. And then you've also got matches. Okay, so what is a match? Lighting that fire of inspiration, insight and inspiration, lighting that fire. So something yet hasn't caught fire for you yet. So this is, maybe you are very inspirational for people. The beach could be important to you. You may like spending time at the beach or around water. Some of you could live near the beach. And then we've got aragonite here. If you can see it. Now, aragonite it can be with anger, processing anger, or using the anger fruitfully in a life-enhancing way, but it also has to do with overcoming obstacles, inspiration. It also is about feeling safe to manifest your dreams, your goals, your reality, safe to be on the earth plane, safe to experience, safe to express. So this could be also about not censoring, and it's also about having the energy to move forward. So there's something about this energy. Got quite a few wands here, and even this Two of Wands is, how do I use my energy? How do I best use my energy to create, to live, to move, forward? What brings me the most energy? And I'm just now noticing that this box is a beautiful kind of orangey. I don't know if the lighting will distort it, but it's got green, it's got red, a lot of green because it's branch and brown, so it's about grounding, and then it's this kind of orangey color, gold orangey color, and it's got bits of orange and red. There's quite a bit of red here, so it's like you're going to find something. And I heard of in someone, there's something that you're going to find or is going to be gifted to you or put in your life. That's a thing that ties everything together and greatly inspires you again. Okay? Then you've got, I trust that my inner guidance will lead me to my dreams. Guidance often comes into your life in the form of an idea. See, that's what I'm saying, an idea. A gut feeling. Trust your hunches and intuitions. They will lead you in the direction of your dreams. Well, there it is again, getting that higher view. So I feel that inspiration that lights you, that lights your little battery, that little you, is coming. And that's the aragonite, is to have the energy. The aragonite is, I've got a bigger piece of it here. It's amazing. Look at that. This is about manifestation, grounding the energy, anchoring the energy, your dreams, your goals, desire, making it manifest on the denser physical realm. Aragonite also connects you to the Earth Star chakra. So this is again about earth. This is about living abundantly, living how you want to on the earth, manifesting the dreams, the goals, desires on the earth, having the energy, having the resources from the earth, on the earth and from the earth. Insight, inspiration, having the insight, the inspiration, getting inspired and happy again. This is about overcoming sadness or depression. Now, of course, if you are depressed for a very, very long time, clinically depressed, then there's practitioners, you may need to seek additional support. This reading is about what will support you. Definitely having someone you can talk to, I feel, is supportive. Even sharing in the comments what you're going through, just getting it out there, speaking it. Part of the soul journey for you is speaking. Let's see, what was it? Just to get it out there is what I'm hearing. Speaking it. That's part of the soul journey for you. Speaking it, listening to yourself, listening to your own higher self, your true self. Being there for yourself. So this is about, if you've been feeling despondent, or the inspiration, the insight is going to be coming to you. You might have to help it along by maybe inspirational books or videos or inspirational places to go to, but you're recharging your batteries. So probably a lot of emotions are coming up for you. Let's see, any messages here? What are your messages? Don't overthink it. Okay, some of you get too much in the head, which is also that Five of Pentacles, worry thoughts, too much in it. Can I do this? How is this going to happen? This is my vision, but I don't know if I can do it. You have the vision. That's this here, third eye chakra. You have the vision. The ego you, the little you, doesn't necessarily know how is the vision going to manifest, but you need to keep focusing on the vision and talk to others or share with others, this is my vision. Don't overthink it. You can't plot and plan. Didn't get the Seven of Swords here about plotting or planning. You didn't get strategizing cards. You got cards that say, hey, if something's draining your energy, don't do too much of it or don't do it. If it's not the right food, the right situation, the right person, do it less or don't do it at all. You got a lot of cards about energy, path of least resistance, inspired action. I feel like we get inspired and then we move into inspired action. Another message, I receive timely guidance for me. I trust this guidance and take action. There it is. Trust the guidance and then take action. Don't overthink it. If you get the guidance and you keep getting these messages and they're the same messages or they're the same message in different ways, then that's your confirmation. It means take action on it, move forward on it. So this is about action. Some of you might have been a little complacent. Maybe there's been, you've been overthinking it. That's what's putting you in a funk. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Just try it. Just try okay, this is my idea. What one little step can I do towards this? And then your energy is going to rev up. Now, I do feel that your energy maybe peaks and valleys for a while, probably in the next month or two. Wow, that's too much. It's too many messages. Let's see. This all came out at once. And that's how it's going to be. That's that Eight of Wands. You're conjuring up these changes, and then it's like the energy seems slowed down or stuck. Some of you are like, wow, no one's really there for me or to support me. And then boom, all of a sudden it's there. You're having a shift in consciousness. And because of this shift in consciousness, you're starting to believe and think differently. And that is going to be creating a new, well, look at this, new pathway. Opportunity, soul growth expressed in your life. Well, what did it say? Path of least resist, new pathway. But this part of the path, you can't overthink it. You have to just trust your inner knowing. You trust your guidance. Ask for confirmations. Wow, look at that. It's quick, 3 to 6 months. So this is the end of November, December, January. That's, remember I said, so January, February, I've been talking about that in previous videos. But also I said when this nodal axis changes, that's going to greatly move you forward or catapult you. Now, if you're getting this reading and that's already, like, let's say a year from now, just look 3 to 6 months. It'll be something that you did 3 to 6 months previous, and the bigger changes will be coming in 3 to 6 months. This is also communicate, clear the air, write, talk, express, share. So some of you could have communications or dialogues, debates with people. Maybe there's arguments, maybe something needs to be overcome. But for some of you, this is also just about you writing more, sharing more, talking, expressing more. You need space. You need to take time for yourself. Self-prioritize. Okay, that's to recharge the battery. So you got the matches here, recharging the battery, the aragonite to move things forward. Focus on teaching and learning. Okay, that's also the Hierophant, which you got. So many of you could be teachers. Many of you could be learning, whether you're going back to school or you're doing workshops. Look for areas that you want to improve or reinforce or make more life enhancing, okay? Study and train in things that you have interest in already. This is a great time for you to study, go back to school, get additional training, whether workshops or seminars or programs or, wherever it is, whether it's colleges, high school, some of you high school, I don't know. I just saw somebody going back to high school. I feel like it's like after school, what do you call it? Like continuing education or something like that. Or there could be something at the local high school and or spiritual center. So learning for you is really big right now. This is really being in an environment of talks, workshops, seminars, And for some of you, this could be sharing your gifts in that forum also, or through those through platforms that support whether online learning or in-person learning, or you're teaching. You're going in that direction where you're going to be teaching more. So it's both. You're doing a self-study of yourself too. And that could be videos like this, that could be books, that could be other YouTube videos. And then you got shine bright, share your talents and gifts. Well, there it is. So some of you have been trying to think of, when's the right time for me to do this? When's the right time for me, or how do I share my gift? No, just start. It could be a YouTube channel. It could be Instagram. It could be on Twitter. It could be, I don't know, Odyssey, BitChute. It could be, on Discord. It could be a chat room, Clubhouse, Facebook. There's a lot of different ways that you can just start, is what I'm hearing. Well, that's interesting. And that's the movement. It's going to come, did you see that? It's going to come from the side. You're not going to, this Eight of Wands, whatever it represents for you, clearing the air, clearing miscommunication, clearing the debt, getting rid of stuff from the past, debts, other things, old relationship, moving forward, drawing the right person in or people in, that it's going to happen from the side, because Spirit doesn't want you overthinking it. This is a learning lesson of really trusting your inner guidance, your higher self. For some of you, your guides, your guardian angel, your spirit team. It's connecting to that part of you. It's trusting the third eye chakra, the visions that you're getting, the guidance, what you're seeing is correct. What you're seeing is correct. So you've got to trust that. Now you've got Chariot, charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focus. Well, that's it. Don't overthink it. This is the time to respond to the openings, to the opportunities. This is the time to respond. It's not the time to think, oh, is this the right time? Am I doing it right? No, what do you really think? What do you really feel? That's the response. This is not about censoring. This is not about don't overthink it. I can't help it. That's a biggie. Because you got all these messages about your timing, trusting your inner guidance, you're on a new path, you're being guided, path of least resistance. And then you've got, this might be a little small piece of paper, but the meaning is really big. Don't overthink it. Now from the Starseed Oracle card, you got Sun, Divine Masculine, growth and power. And you got the star here for shining. You got shine bright, share your gifts. Sun is your power, your empowerment, your sense of self, your soul self, your soul idea. This is about going out into the world. This is about action. The sun is about action. We process through the moon, through the mothering principle of going deep within the void, the womb, the potential, the possibility, and then we get that insight, and then we take action through the void, action through the womb. We birth ourselves and our new ideas. Now, for some of you, I feel this has to do with your soul's purpose. So we're going to pull a soul's purpose oracle card by Divine Essentials. This is clearly about putting action into the world and getting support in positive or life-enhancing ways so that you don't overthink it. Okay, let's see. So number 3. What else? Okay. So some of you, this is Earth Angel, guardian of the earth and her children. And look at that, very powerful. Now look at the sun energy here. Very interesting, similar coloring. So some of you have a very strong purpose here on the earth, or maybe people even say, wow, you're like my guardian angel, you're an earth angel. I feel that this is about understanding that you are a steward of the earth, and what you create here is passing along a very sacred lineage of your own insights, your own understanding, your own gifts. There's a lineage of that. And so some of you, this could be, I just got even meditation, guru, some kind of teacher that I'm getting, also like a doula or midwife. Some of you are literally working with birth is what I'm hearing. Some of you are working with finance. There's a lot to do with money, finance, career with some of you, maybe even trading or stockbroker or investing in something. Maybe it's, I don't know, Bitcoin or property. There's a lot to do with investments. First investment in yourself, but I feel like some of you are learning about investments, or you're very good in investing. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, now look at this, is interesting, because you've got Earth Angel and now you have Earth Keeper. You have been sent to protect Mother Earth. So here we go. So that's a message for someone very clearly. I'm going to pick one more. That you're helping the earth. You're awakening, and helping others to awaken is helping the earth. Some of you, this could be through economy is what I'm hearing. Different ways of economy, or making an app for a different way of economy, or economizing. Some of you, it is through planting or gardening or climate, you know, working with ecosystems, or with economy, but also earth. There could be something, I'm hearing climate control. Yeah, working somehow with nature, Mother Nature. So those of you, if that's your path, you're definitely on the right path. Okay, any other message about the soul's purpose here? And this is the way, you're a protector, so don't overthink it. So there's something, some of you are starting some kind of foundation or company that's giving back to the earth, Mother Earth, or that's giving, wow, okay, do we take all this? There's 3 more. Okay, well, let's just do it. Divine channel, you connect with and decode frequencies from higher dimensional beings. Okay, well, that's a higher viewpoint. That was over there. So some of you, again, teachers or channelers or whatever your ideas, you know, that are coming from a higher vibrational aspect of you, and or higher vibrational beings. Some of you could be the Council of 12. Cleanser, you release and purify emotional debris. Well, that's also the message, to release. Release through feeling your feelings. Some of you could help people release energetically through the chakras, massage, healing, touch. Some of you could be working with products, I'm hearing, like aromatherapy, bath products, bath salts. Some of you could be doing, I do feel like there's some entrepreneurs in this group where you see this bigger vision of where you want to go, where you want your products to go in your services. Divine feminine, honoring the ways of the sacred feminine, cycles of rebirth. Well, there we are, the cycles there. So you're understanding the cycles, and your cycles may be seeming a little bit up and down, but rest when you need to rest. Recharge your battery when you need to recharge your battery. Follow the light of inspiration when you get inspiration. Okay, so you're learning more and more about your own cycles. So if you felt more down or depressed, you're processing feelings, you're cleansing and clearing. That releases more energy. So Spirit is saying you just need to start doing this a bit more consciously. Like, instead of when you get in a slump, go, okay, I'm processing, or my body's tired, I'm healing in this way, I'm processing this, and I know it's a cycle, and I'll come out the other side of it. Okay. Okay. Your soul insights mantra is, I follow the divine cycle of my soul path, and through this cycle I am guided to where I'm meant to be and to what I am meant to do. Okay, that's for some of you. And for others is, I trust my third eye chakra, inner vision, and inner light. So some of you, this is really about trusting your vision and seeing beyond the physical eye, the denser physical eye. This is about seeing through the third eye chakra, getting that higher view, that higher point of view. Recharge your batteries, rest when you need to. Put the little battery, your little energy source, hook it to the main source, the big battery, or get solar charged batteries. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to charge your own battery and recharge, and being open to that flame of inspiration so that you can move more into inspired action. All right, I hope this brought you some understanding and support. Know that I'm here. If you want further support, you can connect with me on MentorCam, Patreon, soulplayground.life as well, and in upcoming videos. I wish you so much radiant light, love, and soul expression.